Hey, and welcome to another installment of Geek Out Commentaries. I'm Sam.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
And we're continuing our build-up to the Avengers Age of Ultron with the next Marvel film, which some people, I feel like they forget that it ties into Marvel Cinematic Universe continuity, The Incredible Hulk. Not to be confused with the 2003 Ang Lee Hulk with Eric Bana. Even though we love Eric Bana
We do.
on this podcast, we are going to be watching... That's not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. However, the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk, released in 2008, is. And that's what we're going to be talking about. What do you guys think about the... before we get started, what did you guys think of the Eric Bana Hulk?
I remember instantly disliking it. Like, I think I had gotten halfway through the movie in theaters, and I was like, ugh. Not liking it. Not enjoying it at all.
It was pretty weird.
Yeah.
It was. I like the cast a lot, which is a bummer.
Yeah, I thought a lot of the casting choices were perfect.
I don't think it was the cast prop or fault.
No.
Yeah, no.
But
the weird like comic book panel transitions and stuff.
Sure. But this one...
The weird, like... dreams about like his dad being the Hulk or
a lot
whatever,
of, heavy-handed Freudianism.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me.
But this one, we love.
Yes,
The Incredible Hulk.
It's great.
So
it's incredible.
In fact, yes. So Chris, go ahead and cue us up.
Sure. So we got the Blu-ray. Nothing fancy about it. You can watch along with your standard def version or whatever you got. So as per usual, we've started the movie, hit pause, and knocked it all the way back to all zeros on the counter. And I'll give you time to do that. Assuming you've done that already, I'm going to give us a countdown and then tell you to hit play. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Interesting thing is, this is the only, to date, the only Marvel Cinematic Universe film distributed by Universal, because Universal still held the distribution rights because they are the ones who produced and distributed the 2003 Hulk, and that was part of the deal to get the rights back, that this standalone film had to be. Yeah.
The one with Eric Bana.
The one and only. Again, he was a decent Bruce Banner.
Yeah, no, he was great. I did like him when he was angry.
There was actually an alternate opening for this film, and they kind of reference it in the Avengers when he talks about, trying to shoot himself, to kill himself. The original opening of this film had Edward Norton in the Arctic for some reason, because when you shoot yourself in the head, you have to do it in the Arctic. And
well, just like the opening of, the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah. Also, this scan right here is kind of a reference to the Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk series from the 70s.
Yep.
Similar machinery. But whereas the 2003, it was like an explosion, if I recall correctly. But the original ending or opening to this film, Edward Norton tries to shoot himself in the Arctic, and he hulks out as he pulls the trigger, preventing himself from getting killed. And when he hulks out, he knocks a huge glacier off, which has the frozen Captain America.
Ooh.
Hulk hates bloody red hands held in his face. I actually like Edward Norton. I mean, I think Mark Ruffalo is a great Bruce Banner, but I like Edward Norton's Bruce Banner too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, he
There
did a
have
great
been-
job. It's such a shame that things didn't work out between him and production, because like he did a great job. Like you said, Mark Ruffalo is great. I love him. Like I looks wise, like I kind of think he looks more like a Bruce Banner to me.
We're about to see a reference to. Wait for it after these like Splinter Cell dudes.
That's fine. Just interrupt what I was saying.
I'm sorry. I just want to point out the Stark Industries cameo right here.
Oh,
But yeah, you were saying.
that Mark Ruffalo was great, but so was Edward Norton. Stark Industries.
And yeah, Jennifer Connelly as what's her name? Betty Ross in the 2003.
Yeah, I actually personally, I like Jennifer Connelly more than Liv Tyler.
Mm.
Yeah. I like Sam Elliott more in the 2003 as well.
Over William Hurt.
Yeah. No metronomes for Bruce. I play freestyle.
I plays jazz.
They fuck him up too much.
Get in
just-
shape for the Hulk.
Got
One of my favorite Game Gear games, maybe my favorite Game Gear game of all time, was the Hulk game.
The Hulk Ultimate Rampage or Ultimate Destruction on the original Xbox was.
I still have that.
That game was a lot of fun.
Did you ever play the game, the Incredible Hulk game, for like 360?
Not for the 360, no.
I think was it 360? Yeah, I thought it was like based on this
if
movie.
it came
where
out
he
in
was, like,
2008, then yeah.
yeah, it was like basically open world Hulk. It was cool. But yeah, the Hulk game for Game Gear, like my Game Gear still works if you hold it the right angle.
Was it the same as the Hulk game for Sega Genesis, where the last boss is the leader?
Yeah.
And all you do is just punch him once, and then the game ends.
Well, I remember the leader was really difficult. Like I don't remember it being a one punch thing, but it's a great
made
game
it better.
still.
They made it better for the Game Gear.
That's an Australian cattle dog. That was a terrible.
There's your
save.
Bill Bixby cameo, the TV's original Incredible Hulk. Or Bruce Banner, Lou Ferrigno's the Incredible Hulk.
Lou Ferrigno's in this movie, right?
Yes.
He also provides voice, I think, still.
Yeah, for the Avengers as well. It's an Australian cattle dog. It only understands Mel Gibson. It only
Yeah.
understands Mad Max.
Although I think his was a red healer. This is a blue healer.
Right. It's a famous MMA fighter right there. So famous that I don't know his name. But his
It's
Is it-
Slappy Chest Bald Head McGee
yeah.
is his actual fighting name. And weird breathing guy. The diaphragm is his name.
This makes me calm down.
See, I think that would make me Hulk out.
His fighting style, I think that he won the MMA title with, was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, and then doing that to psych his opponents out.
It would stop me dead. Well, to be honest, anything he did would probably stop me dead.
Well, I would last
because of your boner.
I would last a millisecond in the octagon.
You could last as long as you ran away.
A millisecond. I would trip, fall into a fist.
That building looked like it had a smiley face on it. Because of the windows and some line.
This movie's been playing a lot on FX. I think it's been FX recently.
Rude.
This is what he does after American History X. Works at a Brazilian soda factory,
To build up his tolerance for the other races.
of course. If you had ever told me that the guy from American History X would be a superhero, I probably never would have believed you. But then again, if you told me Robert Downey Jr. would be a superhero like 20 years ago, I probably wouldn't believe you either.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot.
To be fair, no one saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh, it's the most interesting man in the world.
Looks like him.
Do you know that guy isn't actually the... Not that guy. I'm sure he's actually Latino. But the actual most interesting man in the world is not Latino at all.
He's also not that interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty boring.
Was an extra on Star Trek, the original series. A rare red shirt that survived. That's an interesting fact about him.
That's why he's the most interesting. That should be one of his facts.
I don't always act, but when I do, I'm an extra on the original series. of
I'm a
Star-
red shirt that survives.
Yeah.
Oh.
That shit would never fly through customs. Apparently, Edward Norton had a hand in actually co-writing this film too.
Yeah, which is one of the things that caused him to have such.
Acrimonious split.
Yeah, if you want to use some college words. because they refused to give him credit for it or whatever.
Though I feel that's more of a WGA thing.
Probably. Same reason why Robert Rodriguez quit the Directors Guild, because they tried to stop him from giving Frank Miller directing credit.
Yeah, because he's not a recognized team like the Coen brothers.
Yeah.
So weird that brothers get the pass.
Well, that, and also I think it was also because Frank Miller wasn't part of the Directors Guild, so therefore he couldn't get credit in a Directors Guild
film.
Film. So Robert Rodriguez was like, fine, it's more important for me to give this guy credit for helping direct than to be in your guild. So he left the guild so he could give him credit.
Oh, we're about to see a Beat It like fight sequence. Maybe not. I haven't seen this movie in a long time, guys.
It's been a while for me as well.
It's only been a couple months for me. Like 3 months ago, I was like, you know what movie I haven't seen since it came out? The Incredible Hulk. Let me check that out.
I caught the end of it recently on TV.
It's funny when white guys don't know how to speak foreign languages.
At the end of the 2003 Hulk, he's in Latin America too, right?
Yeah, and he says, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry."
In Spanish.
Yes.
But this is Brazil, right? So it's Portuguese.
Yeah. It's almost like a soft reboot in a sense.
Yeah. It's like a reboot without being like, we're gonna start from scratch.
Well, I think it's great that we don't. The origin of the Hulk is told as a montage in the credit sequence.
Yeah. I'm so tired of remakes that like literally
Insist
are
on,
like okay, we get it. The Waynes are dead. We don't have to show them dying and Bruce Wayne training in the first, Batman movie.
I would argue,
we get it.
Yeah, I would argue one of the big weaknesses of Man of Steel is they spend too much time on Krypton, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That could have been like 5 minutes.
And they even cut stuff out of that sequence.
When I was a kid, I was like fascinated with the origin of the Hulk, and I still have. Sam's seen the book. It's beat to shit, but I have like an oversized Hulk versus Batman, and one of my favorite comics when I was a kid, because it shows both their origin stories in kind of a quick couple panels. But for some reason, I just was fascinated by the Hulk as a kid, and just how he became the Hulk.
I do love that it's like a science experiment gone wrong kind of thing.
Yeah, like, to be fair, a lot of Marvel's heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's not some weird evolution, it's effed up science experiment.
Yeah, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four.
It's a cure.
And then the movie ends.
Credits roll. Oh, wait. Avengers tie-in at the end.
Broke my fucking slide. That cost me $15.
That's what they typed after the Hulk. 2003.
This is, I think, the lowest grossing Marvel film of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Otherwise, it would be something like Ghost Rider or the Punisher Warzone.
Good. I hope they get Ghost Rider right one of these days.
They do have Marvel has the rights back.
Yeah. Yeah, Punisher too. Have you heard those rumors about the Punisher
in Winter Soldier?
In Winter Soldier, yeah.
You don't think that Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance?
I never saw the second one.
I watched them both back to back.
Oh God!
Because I waited to watch them for a while. I didn't. I had no desire to.
New
see
York
it.
is actually in New York. That's my New York trivia for you guys. I get one in.
As opposed to my and Sam's constant New York trivia because we've been there.
Oh, I've been there.
Oh, I used to live across the street in Crystal City.
My dad used to work there.
Both my parents worked there. Oh, there's Stan Lee's cameo.
See, they didn't see fatality.
I think the glass falling and breaking and a little more kick than he was expecting. Otherwise, they'd have hulked out Stan Lee running around.
Well, he could just have, like, mild radiation poisoning.
As like an 85-year-old man.
Or it could have just like given him like cardiac arrest or something like that.
Yeah.
But not necessarily 100% fatal.
Though the director has said that Stanley totally dies.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah, I don't see why it's such a big thing, except for those people that are like, oh, all of Stan Lee's characters in all these movies are the same guy. Which just frankly doesn't make sense.
No.
Couldn't work. How could he be a janitor in Spider-Man and Hugh Hefner?
Jean Grey's neighbor in The Last Stand.
Yeah. So as another way to remind people that this is all part of the cinematic universe, a production still that they've released from Ant-Man, the one of the upcoming Marvel movies, actually shows a poster signage for that drink company that Bruce Banner was working in Brazil. There's a little flash fact for you.
I was so hoping Tim Roth was going to get shot in this movie. Like, they fucking shot me. Fucking shot, man.
And then Stuck in the Middle with You starts playing.
Mm-hmm. He's like, not again.
Nick Fury holds him at gunpoint and is trying real hard to be the shepherd.
Just constantly yelling, are you a cop?
This is one of the few Marvel films where Nick Fury doesn't show up, but they reference him in some of like the, kind of like we saw earlier with the Stark Industries. Like you'll see like a screen that mentions Nick Fury, but we don't actually see him in this film because he only did the first Iron Man at this point, which came out earlier that year as a walk-on.
Mm-hmm. But they do have Robert Downey Jr.
They do,
yeah,
which was originally supposed. This is also the only Marvel film without a post-credit scene.
And I'm sure we'll touch on that in a little while, probably near the end of the movie.
Yes,
Talk about why.
One might say in nearly 2 hours. About an hour and a half.
Oof. Why do we do these so late at night? These movies are so long.
This is probably this and Thor: The Dark World are the shortest. And I feel like Winter Soldier is really short too, because that movie moves quick like a bullet.
Yeah, it's got very quick pacing, which is a nice turn from the first one. The first Captain America kind of had really slow pacing, which is not to say that it was boring or anything like that. It just
still a great film.
Yeah, it just didn't have the same kind of like action movie pacing.
This always kind of reminded me of like, what was it? Is it Modern Warfare 2 that takes where you go to the Brazilian favela for some reason?
I think so. I get all those confused.
It's cool, guys. He just tranked the dog. It's not like John Carpenter's The Thing, where all the dogs go out hard.
Yeah.
Spoilers for all you dog lovers out there.
And all you people that have not watched John Carpenter's The Thing. Shame on you. That's how you know Tim Roth's the bad guy.
Australian cattle dogs get it rough, man. Although in Road Warrior it's worse.
Shh, it's okay. It's just Edward Norton in your apartment while you shower. The scariest Edward Norton of all.
It's 127 hours at Norton.
Yeah. No, instead of having to cut off his arm, he just hulks out and is like, okay, this is easy.
Yeah.
Tim Roth sees you.
There's always the famous like Hulk verse scenarios, and there's this old comic panel I found where the Hulk is punching Superman like in the chest, not even in the face, just in the chest.
Yeah.
And he's punching him and nothing's happening. And the Hulk's like, I don't get it. Last time I punched you, it affected you. And Superman's like, this time I'm ready for the blow. And he's standing there and like he can't move Superman when he's hitting him. Like nothing happens.
I should have just pulled a Doomsday and then kicked him.
Yeah.
Or He-Man and stabbed him in the chest.
With a magic sword. Something that I like about this film is that it's very much kind of and it feels really accurate to the Hulk. It's a pursuit film. Bruce Banner's always on the run. And he should always, like, unlike the 2003 Hulk, which, to be fair, spends a lot of time on his origin. But, yeah, I like the idea that Bruce Banner can never stop. He has to keep moving.
So you know they're the bad guys because they stepped on his hat.
And then playing in the background is Nowhere to Run To, Baby, Nowhere to Hide.
Yeah, yeah.
As, tribute
Warriors.
to, Warrior style.
Hey, boppers.
This one goes out to the Warriors.
It's like very Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
Except the camera's steady.
Yeah.
And you can see what's going on. Yeah. Fucking, that's one of the worst things to happen to cinema in the past decade.
The only film for me, the only Bourne film where it's really distracting is Supremacy.
Yeah, that's the weakest of the Matt Damon ones.
Yeah. I can, it still exists in Ultimatum, but nowhere near as shaky and imperceptible.
I do like in this Hulk film and, of course, Avengers, they never rush the first appearance of the Hulk.
Yeah.
They take their time.
William Hurt sees you. I'm
going to scream every line.
I should have brought a gun.
Yeah. That was useful. Yeah, stare at him.
Yeah.
All right, well, now everyone else do something.
Check out this giant caterpillar I have for a mustache.
Shit, I'm running into all my coworkers coincidentally tonight.
Like that little skeet the guy in the tank top did.
Yeah.
That's how you know Tim Roth's the bad guy.
Yeah, he fucks up birds.
Birds. Oh, hey, there's that building that has a smiley face. Right in the center of the screen. Glad they used the same angle again.
They really love that building.
Yeah, well, it's happy. It's happy to be in the movie.
Just happy to be here. Just happy to be here.
The leader of this gang, the one that always has the gringo line,
Yeah.
he looks and sounds a lot like the leader of the indigenous tribe in the Chipmunk adventure movie, the balloon, the hot air balloon adventure where they sing "Woolly Bully" or "Worry Burry" as the indigenous tribe calls it. For those of you that had a good childhood and got to see that movie.
I never presumed to have one.
It's a really good movie. and you all should see it.
We're about to get another visual reference to Bill Bixby's Hulk right there.
You guys ever watch that TV show?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
big fans of it?
Definitely. They used to have reruns on the Sci-Fi Channel all the time. So this guy totally gets, like, eaten. In Mark Miller's run on the Ultimates, the Hulk is totally a cannibal, by the way. And he's dead.
Yeah, that killed him.
Yeah.
Hulk design, very different from the Eric Bana.
Yeah. Hulk.
I like that in this scene he's fairly hidden too. You know, he's in the shadows.
Yeah.
I like that.
Don't rush.
I like the look of the Hulk in this one a lot.
Yeah.
It was weird in the 2003 Hulk as well.
It was very very green, like super bright green.
Like Chris Tucker in Fifth Element. Super green. I'm glad that everyone's nodding. Not verbally acknowledging that they know what I'm talking about. They don't want the listeners to know.
Oh yeah.
They want it to seem like I'm just sitting here dangling some.
You know, Chris, and that's enough.
Walking on air. I don't know why I'm singing "Walking on Air." Just shoot the fucking Hulk. Okay, cool.
Like that's gonna
Walking
do
like
anything.
it doesn't care.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah, I guess since adamantium belongs to 20th Century Fox, they're kind of fucked in the fighting the Hulk department. Because adamantium will actually cut through the Hulk.
Speaking of Wolverine, since Wolverine's made out of adamantium, well, not made out of, but
Close, yeah.
I liked the Ultimate Wolverine versus the Hulk comic book.
Oh yeah,
because
where he rips him in half.
Yeah, because that panel is probably one of the coolest panels in at least the Ultimate universe. But where he's just like has Wolverine over his head and he's just tearing him apart at the waist. Oh. One of my friends was like, "How's that possible?" And he's made out of adamantium, or his bones are covered in it. And I was like, "Yeah, but what about the cartilage in his joints? You don't know that for sure has adamantium wrapped in it."
That was written by Damon Lindelof, actually.
Yeah, so all bets are off.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was your point.
No, not really. just to point out, it was written by the guy that wrote Prometheus.
Fair enough. So all bets are off.
Yeah.
I like Wolverine's fight versus the Hulk and Old Man Logan.
Multiple.
And Bruce Banner eats him.
Yeah.
And then you can guess what happens afterwards.
Poops him.
It's the first look we get at the Hulk's face.
This ain't Joe Eric Bana's Hulk. I should say Ang Lee, because I like Eric Bana a lot.
Yeah, it's not Eric Bana's fault.
It's definitely not.
And Ang Lee is capable of directing perfectly good films. That's just not one of them.
He's just not a comic book action movie.
Nah. He's more of a dramatic director.
And he definitely treated it like it was a slow-paced, dramatic thing.
Definitely.
But it was written fast-paced.
It's almost like a family drama where all that rage is manifested into turning into the Hulk. Earlier, the Hulk, said his first line on camera, "Leave me alone." In the original script, he was only supposed to say Liv Tyler's character's name, Betty, at the very end of the film. And then they were like, let's add a few more lines. Give Lou Ferrigno a little more to do than just scream.
I always loved that when Lou Ferrigno was a comic fan as a kid, and one of the characters he always loved was the Hulk, because he loved the idea of all that power, and of course became bodybuilder.
Got a bodybuilder that got pranked by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, like Arnold comes off as like the villain in Pumping Iron because you're really pulling for Lou Ferrigno in that movie.
Yeah, Arnold is pretty arrogant in that film, actually.
Yeah, pretty much. He wins and then retires immediately.
Coming on stage, coming with the woman. It's like the only line from it. I haven't seen it, but
it's on Netflix.
A couple of the guys that I used to work with like to quote it a lot, and I always liked the idea of Schwarzenegger talking about coming on stage. Coming on stage.
He's referring to getting the pump on, when getting your swell on.
No, I believe he was actually talking about coming.
Because he talks about
No,
coming
that's-
with a woman.
Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
because the feeling of...
No, I'm pretty sure it's pretty
That's a different
clear.
movie you were watching called Pumping Iron. Arnold Schwarzenegger was not even in that movie. There was a man named Arnold in it, and you got confused, Chris.
Pumping.
It's true. He never was pumping his own iron.
Mm.
I was just looking at your levels on that one.
I know how to keep my levels low.
What's the fun of that?
Sam knows no fun in keeping levels low. I do feel
So
like so far this has been like our quietest commentary, though.
Yeah.
Like we've all been kind of
Keeping it
down.
Yeah. So I'm guessing he jumped all the way to Guatemala.
I mean, wouldn't you?
In a heartbeat.
And then he passed out on a rock.
He like face plants on a.
Yeah.
We don't see that.
He turns into Bruce Banner while he's free falling.
Yeah.
Shit! Wimpy Bruce
Wouldn't it be
Banner is
Zero?
so much more jacked,
Yeah.
even
Maybe
as
he
Wimpy
was
Bruce
passed
Banner
out
than
on a
me.
rock for 24 hours. We don't know.
It's true. He did lose his watch.
Yeah. His everything except for his shreds of pants.
Yeah, poor guy doesn't have his laptop.
Or are you even surprised at this point, Bruce? You've been doing this for years.
He's such a nice guy.
You're friendlier down south, man. Unless it's like cartels, in which case, oops. But this guy is a respectable farmer. You know, he's got looks like plantains and bananas in the back of his truck.
Do you know what the difference between a plantain and a banana is?
I do not.
The spelling. There's literally no biological difference between a plantain and a banana.
What?
Flash fact.
Flash fact: William Hurt is a lot taller than Tim Roth.
True dat. Yeah, that's a lot of apple crates. Just making them look taller.
Where's lifts?
Yeah. like Tom Cruise?
Downey Jr. I think wears.
Yeah, he
lifts
does.
too. Yeah,
Yeah, he wears like 6-inch heels. Maybe not 6-inch, but
not quite Paul Stanley.
but he does. He is like significantly shorter than Gwyneth Paltrow in real life. But in Iron Man, I think they make her like an inch shorter.
There's the piano reference, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The leitmotif to Bill. I feel like this is more almost in a lot of ways a nod to Bill Bixby's Hulk.
Oh yeah, I bet super diehard fans of the TV show must have been like, "Fuck yes." There you go, you poor son of a bitch.
Now you can get your stretchy pants.
Yeah.
Also, he never wears them in either this nor the Avengers.
They make a reference in this one.
They're about to make that reference.
She buys him purple. She buys him purple stretchy pants, if I'm not mistaken. She goes to the whatever after one of his Hulk
there's
outs.
purple pants right there.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm not gonna wear these bright purple pants later on in the movie. I will not Hulk out. I will not Hulk out. My life is terrible.
I'm in such a beautiful part of the world. Much prettier than the slum in Brazil he was in.
Yeah. Poverty's terrible in Brazil. Remember there was a big, controversy about that when they were hosting the World Cup.
Yeah.
This is a nice little nod to, the Super Soldier program from the Captain America film.
WW2, and when he says reload in the end of the movie, just stuff I feel like people in the military don't refer to it as WW2.
No, it feels
Yeah.
like far too many syllables.
That feels like someone who thinks that's what people in the military say.
Yeah.
Not everything in the military is an abbreviation, guys.
Dub 2.
W squared. Tim Roth approves.
Tim Roth's like, that's what I call it.
I was in that show Lie to Me. Did you ever see it? I lied to people. Or was he the person that was detecting lies?
I believe he was detecting lies.
Ah, I never actually saw
I think that was why it was called Lie
Well,
to
yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
I only saw the promos. That's all I ever saw of that show.
My mom loved it.
Huh.
I mean, I think Tim Roth's a great actor.
It also,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, it also starred one of the women who got her start on the BBC Coupling, which was the British version of Friends.
Yep.
Arguably. And
Now-
then there was an
now
American
available
version.
on Netflix.
Yeah. Oddly enough, the American version of Coupling is available on Netflix too. But not the British version. British version, you can go suck an egg, even though it's great. And probably one of the best things Stephen Moffat ever wrote.
Somehow throughout this entire like walk and talk they do, he like kind of undoes his tie, undoes his jacket, and just looks like he's never worn a uniform in his life.
Well, Tim Roth throughout the entire film, they're playing it up like, hey man, you've been in the special forces for like 20 years, you look like hell. All the special, through my father and stuff, I know guys that are career special forces guys. They maintain it.
yeah,
they don't
look
look
like shit.
Yeah, no, that's part of the thing. Like they're like really uptight about.
Yeah, they're like, once you get into that lifestyle, that's your lifestyle.
Yeah, and they're very into like their public image as well. Like
Sure. Oh crap! You got security guards. If one of them's Lou Ferrigno, though, I can get past him. What's Lou Ferrigno's greatest weakness?
Nondescriptive baseball caps. Car's green, foreshadowing for the Hulk.
Trees are leaves are green, foreshadowing for the Hulk.
That's right.
grass is green.
Foreshadowing for the Hulk. I feel like some of those names should be something other than Elizabeth Ross. There's Lester Richards, which could be an anagram for Richard Lester, director of Superman 3. But
Yeah,
no.
which would make no sense in
Yeah.
this world.
Louis Leterrier, the director of this film, was like, I really like Superman. It's my favorite Superman movie, guys.
The worst Superman is your favorite Superman?
Yeah.
What do you also like Batman Forever?
Yeah. I will say to Leterrier's credit, not only this film, but he directed my favorite Transporter film, Transporter 2. Just because that movie is so over the top.
Much like Sylvester Stallone's Over the Top.
Oh, shit. I have to hide stealthily behind this tree.
Yeah.
I really hope she's not going to, bang Ty Burrell or something. Shit.
It was a very specific fear
Yeah.
that just manifested itself.
That's why he has a PhD.
Pretty hot dick.
Yeah. If I ever get a PhD, that's how I'm going to refer to it at parties.
Hi, I'm Sam Stone, pretty hot dick.
Yeah. I have a PhD. Oh, you're a...
Paul Stanley's.
Yeah. I feel like this would have been a good cameo, too, but it's just some old man.
For Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
Read the sign. Closed.
Bruce!
Yeah. He is a talented cook, Paul Stanley.
I've seen him on cooking shows.
Have you?
Yeah.
But is he as talented as Mr. Ripley?
That movie was... if you think about it, that's where Jude Law got his start.
Yes.
Apparently Tommy Wiseau is obsessed with it.
Oh,
He is Mr. Ripley.
that'd be
It
super
was a
weird.
big chunk of the Disaster Artist, the Greg Sestero book,
Yeah.
was about how obsessed he was with the talented Mr. Ripley, and like the whole time, Greg Sestero's like, I'm worried that he is Mr. Ripley because he's got such like a mysterious past
Yeah,
and all
totally.
that stuff.
Doesn't this guy look like
Tom is crushing
Albert
me.
Einstein?
Yes. Tom
It
is
is.
crushing me.
Albert Einstein.
So you don't want to be an angry son of a bitch, but you become a fucking delivery man.
Just to get past Lou Ferrigno.
Even for like 2 seconds, he would Hulk out at least once.
The greatest weakness. Pizza.
Yeah, how many TV show references have there been already?
Shitloads.
Still staying in shape all these years later.
Yeah.
Gotta give it to Lou.
It's because you gets all that energy from.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Two of them
oh,
growing
yeah.
out. It's like, oh, right. I'm actually not going to eat this
God,
because I
did
stay
he-
in shape like a motherfucker.
Did he request a shirt that was like 2 sizes too small?
No. That's the shirt that's normal size.
That's
for
the biggest
Lou
shirt they
Ferrigno.
have.
Yeah. Lou Ferrigno's
That's actually a 5XL.
It's
He's
we're
the
about to
Hulk,
get
for
a.
Christ's sake.
It's a Martin Starr cameo. Not these guys. They're just random fucks. But
That's Martin Starr?
yeah, that's totally Martin Starr.
Dude looks like a lady.
Yeah. Nice.
Ah, well done. Have you been holding that in?
I thought about saying it earlier, but I was like, I'll wait till she comes back.
And then we set you up and you knocked it
Yeah.
out of the park.
Yeah.
Yep. There's Martin Starr from Freaks and Geeks and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Bruce loves his hoodies.
Yeah, it's the easy way to stay incognito.
That's right.
Pizza Vision.
He's on Silicon Valley right now.
He is. Yeah, I love that show.
Such a good show.
You know, in the script, and I don't think they ever reference this because just to keep their options open, he's supposed to be Amadeus Cho, who's like the Hulk's like super intelligent sidekick that Greg Pak created during his run on the book. But they
I would
just-
have loved if in the Hulk game there was a level, like a stealth level, where you just have a pizza pie and you have to get by security and everyone by handing out pieces of pizza.
you have to, and they're all Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah.
Like he'll have consumed the pizza by then. He'll track you down, and if you don't have a pizza ready, you're fucked.
One of my favorite things about the Hulk game on Game Gear is if you had certain pills and you'd have like certain gamma pills and health, if you turned back into Bruce Banner and you didn't have certain health or your energy thing wasn't filled and you were shot or hit, you would die. But you could pick up a gun or whatever. But if you had your full like gamma health bar and you were hit, you would turn into the Hulk. And like I would always set it up on certain levels because the transition was so metal, because you'd be like basically like a pixel of like, peach skin and purple pants, and someone would hit you and you start banging on the ground. You turn into the Hulk, and then he would turn and look at you through the screen and scream, and then he would just start throwing people all over the place. It was
Jeez.
awesome.
You know speaking of earlier when you were mentioning a video game version where you sneak around and give people pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Garrett used to have the 360 Burger King game Sneak King.
Of course you did. Of
Where
course you did.
Where you're the Burger King king and you sneak around and give people Whoppers, and depending on how well you surprise
How
them,
have I never heard of this game?
look it up after we're done, man. Sneak King, which is a clever play on sneaking, and yeah, if you surprise them well enough, you got bonus points, or flourish points as they called them. It sucked.
I remember a time when I only knew Ty Burrell from the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Where he's the asshole.
Yeah.
That's why he got cast, because Louis Leterrier saw him in that film, which was released 3 or 4 years before this one, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're the asshole from Dawn of the Dead. Be
Yeah.
in my movie."
For me, it was a mix between that and then his role in Evolution as kind of an asshole, but like more comedic
Yeah.
asshole than just a douchebag.
The David Duchovny, Julianne Moore alien film,
Yeah, with Orlando Jones.
and Sean William Scott.
Yeah. And it's hilarious. I love it. I own it. I watch it every once in a while. I quote it a lot.
And it goes right over. I've never seen it.
Yeah, no. If you ever hear me say kaka, kaka, and tuki, tuki do not work, or that's the kind of trunk space you want on a late model car, both quotes from Evolution. And those are the two that I use most. Usually terribly out of context.
Where are you hiding them, Albert Einstein? I really need to invest in an umbrella.
Or use the hood on this hoodie.
The umbrella would just make him mad. Because that's what umbrellas do.
It would like turn inside out.
Yeah. Oh, fuck this! And he just hulks out.
That used to happen to me so much in New York.
If I like had Bruce Banner's power set, I would probably be the Hulk all the fucking time.
Just so you could make
Playing Madden on the Xbox 360 would almost certainly have me turn into the Hulk.
Yeah, you'd have like 50 copies of those because you'd break the game as Hulk
Using
so regularly.
using Spotify on my phone when it
Oh my
decides
God,
to
I
shit itself, I would be the
fucking
Hulk so quick.
Hate Spotify mobile.
No ray of light by Madonna! And I just crush my phone with my finger. A fucking giant sausage Hulk finger. Yeah.
Green sausage.
Green sausage Hulk finger.
Or gray sausage. if
That's
you
an
prefer.
album.
Yeah.
Green sausage Hulk finger. That's when we get really weird, like when the Kinks did Lola. Like you just you get really hippie like. Roll green.
We start using a sitar
Yeah,
in
all
metal
about
music.
recycling with green, man. We used to have accents for no fucking reason.
I do like that they're using
Like Madonna.
Like Madonna.
yeah, they're using Virginia plates because the fictional Culver University is supposedly in Virginia.
It did say Culver, Virginia.
Yeah.
Represent.
I wonder if that's near Culver County. Is that in Virginia? Or is that Maryland?
Fuck, I don't know.
Well,
I
if
know
it was
there-
in New York, you guys would know.
No. I know there's a Culver City, California.
Betty Banks. Sorry, that has nothing to do. I'm just spouting up. She's got Betty Bangs.
Yeah, she kind of looks like Zooey Deschanel, New Girl.
Yeah. I've always liked Liv Tyler.
Oh,
You know what?
Yeah.
I mention this movie all the time because hopefully one day Kevin Smith hears us. I loved her in Jersey Girl. I think she was perfectly cast.
Yes, she
To
did a
fall
good job.
fall in love with that character. Kind of like I know people always rip on Elizabethtown.
I
And-
don't, but that's because I never saw it.
I love Kirsten Dunst in that movie. I love Kirsten Dunst in general, but I love her in that movie. Like she's like same with Patricia Arquette in True Romance. Those are like three characters right off the bat that you fall in love with. That's the point. Like you're supposed to. Like, and it's very easy for me when I watch those movies to fall in love with those characters.
Mm.
And William Hurt in this movie.
The Weapons Plus program, of course, is the program that created Captain America and Wolverine. Actually, it was a precursor to Weapon X. And then the credited doctor for creating the super soldier serum, which is blue also in Captain America: The First Avenger, is Dr. Reinstein, which is one of the comics creators. Though in the movie, it's Dr. Erskine, which is the other doctor credited for creating Captain America.
Have you read or were you reading Death of Wolverine? I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Did you finish it?
I did.
Did you like it?
It was all right. The last issue.
Spoiler: he
Yeah.
dies.
Yeah, he does. But the last issue felt kind of rushed.
It did. I liked it though. The imagery for it.
I didn't dislike it. The art in that book is fantastic.
Steve McNiven, man.
Yeah, it's just like it was an odd choice of a final villain, and
Yeah.
the whole thing just felt rushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were certain things I really loved in that last issue, but it was definitely rushed. I mean, but Steve McNiven, man. Steve McNiven. Now that wallpaper, green. Again, some subtle.
The Blu-ray case for this film,
Green.
also green.
Foreshadowing the Hulk.
It always like I've been speaking of green things. I've been reading the Green Hornet a lot, and it always
This
was like
Perrier bottle sitting next to me. Green.
green.
Foreshadowing the Hulk.
Yeah, I was reading a lot of Green Hornet lately. He's green,
Foreshadowing.
foreshadowing the Hulk. But it always bugged me. Like Britt Reed wears green all the fucking time. Like when
He's a Power Ranger.
when
Like
he's at
foreshadowing the Hulk.
when he's at the Sentinel, he's wearing a fucking green suit. So all he has to do is pop on the mask. Hey, green sheets. The Hulk. Foreshadowing.
The mold on this bread is green. Foreshadowing the Hulk.
I wonder how sick Bruce Banner is of the color green at this point.
Yeah.
It's like every visual cue, man. It's like God's just like everything surrounding this dude has to involving this man. Even his like screen name earlier in the movie, I'm Mr. Green.
Yeah.
So I guess he embraces that shit.
You
He's
know,
like,
for a special forces guy, Tim Roth doesn't look like he's in the best of shape.
again, he's only supposed to be 38, according to the dialogue earlier in the film. He's supposed to be special forces for 20 years, and he must have been like in like undercover like crack house special forces.
Well, I always loved that when Tom Clancy would talk about, he describes special forces characters in his books as grossly ordinary, because they're not jacked guys. Like you can't be productive as a
jacked man, no,
soldier.
but
It doesn't
like,
make any sense.
but in shape.
Well, no, it's certainly
Yeah.
Yeah, like
They're not
he
Tim
looks,
Roth.
He looks like he just got off,
taking a massive shit.
And he
Roth face.
looks like the closest thing to physical activity he does is like he's part of a bowling league.
The look on his face,
Yeah.
like I just got it out of my ass.
Yeah.
Awesome. But yeah,
pitched a perfect
Much like-
game.
much like Orlando Jones in Evolution.
Green.
Super green. Can we just take a shot? Can we just take a shot every time we see something green in this movie?
We'd be dead.
Yeah.
You'd be dead! Look at how many different shades of green are on that grass. Take a shot for each one. Don't do that. You'll die. A PSA brought to you by Chris.
There's a deleted scene before this, like where Ty Burrell's character, Doc Samson, who's actually a superhero in the Marvel Universe, in the comics, alerts General Ross. He's like, hey, totally saw Bruce Banner, and he's totally like making time with your daughter. And he's like, oh, fuck. And that's how they know where and then, of course, they allude to him tipping them off, but you actually see him do it in a deleted scene. I think they took it out just to keep the suspense going. So
I hope they reintroduce Ty Burrell in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I don't know what his contract... the only person I know...
I'm just saying.
Yeah. The only person I know that's contracted for more, from this film...
Isn't Tim Roth contracted for, at least another?
Maybe Tim Roth and maybe William Hurt and Liv Tyler. But
I want to say, the one of the funny things was that, Edward Norton was the only one that was only contracted for one movie.
Yeah, I know he was the only one that was definitely contracted for only one. I know for sure Tim Blake Nelson was contracted for more than one.
That's who it was. It was. I knew it was a Tim.
So many Tims in this movie.
Yeah.
By so
Which
many.
one's Tim Blake Nelson?
He's the guy that Bruce Banner was instant messaging with.
Right.
They have the
the one. Yeah, the one in Harlem.
That's the one.
Or not in Harlem. He's somewhere.
I'm assuming Columbia, right around there, given the location of the fight.
Yeah, that would make sense because it's on campus, and Columbia University is near Harlem.
Yeah,
it's on 35th.
So 10 to 20 blocks south.
Yeah, maybe one. No, yeah, one. Yeah, about 135th, and then Harlem is, or the part in Harlem that they're in is 125th, because it's the Apollo Theater. Ugh. I have a hard enough time dry swallowing little itty bitty pills. That was a USB drive.
Yeah, that Norton gullet, it can take a lot.
Just like Sam Stone.
We have a club.
She's just like Lois Lane refers to her father as the General, or General.
I always found it weird when people would refer to their parents as their rank.
Yeah.
Especially if the parent made them. That's just fucking weird. Or made them drop and do push-ups.
Oh,
everyone always assumed because
I thought you said when you said made them, I thought you meant made them with sex.
Boinked.
not made them as in required them.
You will call me the Colonel. It's no, you will fuck off.
No, you're my father.
Yeah.
I'm going to call you Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's just a way to separate the familial portion of it and kind of pull yourself away from your child.
Touch my woman.
Oh, green eyes.
Foreshadowing the Hulk.
Now, what do they think is gonna happen?
I love the cracked glass motif.
Apparently, this sequence, the university stuff, was filmed at the University of Toronto. It was
which is not in Virginia.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, the college that I went to, which was in Arlington, Virginia, was a satellite school for the Atlanta Art Institute.
Oh, okay. Oh shit!
Oh, Zolly shots.
Jaws style.
We need a bigger boat.
We need a bigger college campus. Damn, that one soldier got fucked up by Liv Tyler. Ah, yes, bullets. The one thing, or one of the many things that we've established don't do anything to slow him down.
Apparently, for the motion capture for this film, because
they timed that perfectly.
Yeah, the between Edward Norton and Tim Roth, since spoilers, Tim Roth is another CGI character later in the film.
The Obama Nation.
the two of them together accumulated over 2,500 takes of like motion capture stuff.
Damn.
That's a lot of mocap, guys.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't aware.
He is going hard on that. God, I hate people that like pull their cell phones out to record shit. I really do. And I hate the inclusion in of that in movies. Just because it reminds me that it actually happens. I like showing that, the Hulk isn't just, Hulk smash, mindless, crap like that, but he's actually being like creative and,
strategizes.
Yeah.
He's using his environment as a weapon.
Yeah. I like that.
The shot of him like peeking up between the two pieces of like rusted metal are a nice little nod to it was some cover, I forget which one specifically, during Bruce Jones' run on the Hulk. I love how William Hurt's like, oh, he's totally doing it, and he's like, just distracting him, which I guess you could argue what he's doing, but come on.
So at this point, he essentially has super soldier serum in him.
Yeah, though his physique isn't any better.
Yeah.
Do you really want to see a jacked Tim Roth? I don't know. I don't know if the world's ready for jacked Tim Roth. Dubstep. Drop the bass.
That is a cool effect.
Yeah. Drop the bass.
Wait, is it low frequency or high frequency? Yeah, I think that's high frequency. Based on, the fact that it sounds like high frequency. How dare my daughter want to touch me?
That's what's going to piss him off.
Oh, Hulk, don't you know anything about sound waves and traveling through matter? Could just sidestep. Well, I guess they can rotate the things, but...
Where's the gunship? Why didn't you have all this stuff ready at the same time, Mr. I plan everything?
Yeah.
Where's the goddamn sonic cannons? Where's the goddamn gunship? Where's the goddamn... Oh, there's Tim Roth. I'm really curious how I thought that was going to go.
And yeah, let's piss off the angriest thing in the world.
Yeah, let's piss off the thing that just got through our trap that we planned. Oh shit, I didn't sign up for explosions.
Where's my stunt double?
Oh, hey, it's the only not military-clad person on the field right now. Okay. There's a lot of visual references to Hulk Gray. The entire, I feel like a lot of the Hulk Betty Ross relationship comes from that book.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Oh, shit.
Oh, now you care.
Oh, that's right. My daughter was on the battlefield the entire time. Observant Ross. Observant. Truly the military leader of our time.
Now it's raining.
Cares about his daughter when it's convenient for the plot.
It is weird that it randomly just started raining. I'm not the only one seeing that.
I mean, I think it's not so much that it randomly starts raining, but it starts raining as hard as it does.
Yeah.
Like, instead of just, like, sprinkle to rain, it's like...
I live in Virginia. We don't have weather like that.
We don't have flash.
It was clear skies,
I do remember being in a
of
car
the bluest
once.
kind.
Being in a car once, and half the car it was raining, and the other half it wasn't.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like you were driving...
You were straddling a storm?
No, I was at a stoplight.
By
the multiplex.
I was once driving through a really heavy rainstorm on 95, and lightning struck the road going the opposite direction. So, like 50 feet away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Shit is cray.
Shit is cray.
It was terrifying. It was loud. It rocked my car because of the sound waves.
That's because it's cray.
Yeah. That shit cray.
Do you think it's cray, Sam?
What do you think, Swizz?
So cray.
Swizz don't know.
One of these days, I would love to make that skit a reality so we can stop referencing it on our podcast and people being like, what?
Yeah. That's if they care.
No one cares. No one's actually listening to this stuff.
Yeah. What do you think Hulk listens to, like when he's hulked out?
When he's hulked out?
Like, because he's got his iPad.
Hillary Duff.
His iPod. So he has, like, the Bruce mix and the Hulk mix.
I think it's all like Hillary Duff. And
When he's pissed, it's Hillary Duff?
Yeah, and Taylor Swift.
Question is the Hulk's mission to stay angry, or is it to calm down?
I feel like the Hulk's mission would be to stay angry.
Just like that movie, Stay Angry.
I love that Hulk's just gone through all this
Oh, wait,
shit,
that's a
and
car-
him
that's a
bumping
comic
his
book,
head.
right?
He's like, that fucking hurt.
Yeah. I mean, this entire cave sequence is straight
Hulk Ray.
out of Hulk Ray.
That Hulk Gray.
Nice, Chris.
Yeah, thanks.
That was good.
Sharpshooter.
Hulk hates lightning.
Yeah.
That was Thor.
Fuck you, Thor!
That leads to their
Oh,
confrontation.
there he was gray. He's gray right there,
Yeah.
which is a foreshadowing of Hulk Gray.
Yeah. Stay away, Thunder. He's protecting her from the thunder. It's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys remember when like the first Hulk came out and there's that fight in like the desert or whatever, and everyone was like, "Oh, there's a reference to Thor like landing in lightning bolt."
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone forgot about the movie because it sucked.
Yeah. It's a bummer that this is forgotten as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Even if they go the wrong
It was-
way on Harlem.
yeah, like I said, it was the lowest grossing, but it was still a success.
Are there plans for a Hulk solo film?
They keep teasing at it. I
For some reason, they just don't.
honestly, I feel like
Better
Age
as
of
a team
Ultron-
player?
Well, I feel like Age of Ultron might cue something up. Age of Ultron, I feel like, is going to be the one that
That's
they're
a cool
waiting.
shot.
Yeah, that again, straight out of they have that side by side sit down
Yeah.
in Hulk Gray, but the
Yeah.
I feel like the big reason they haven't revealed their post Age of Ultron slate is because Age of Ultron informs so much of what they do
yeah.
next.
Interesting.
I do like all the fan theory for like Phase 3
Mm-hmm.
was like World War Hulk.
World War Hulk, Planet Hulk, all that jazz.
Yeah. And now people are teasing like a Civil War.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Storyline.
Cap 3.
Yep.
Cap 3 is one of the few movies we know. Ant-Man, Cap 3, and a Doctor Strange film are what we know for sure.
Keanu Reeves is Doc Strange.
Mhm.
We can get Betty White to host SNL. Let's get Keanu Reeves to be Doc Strange.
I'd be all right with that.
That would be so perfect.
We're about to get a really awkward shot here.
That?
No. That.
And he's covered in blood, which is foreshadowing of Red Hulk.
Yes. Who's actually General Thunderbolt Ross in the comics.
You got your General Thunderbolt right here.
Every time Chris laughs like that, a fairy dies.
While doing that laugh, I was kind of
Hard.
like play punching Sam in the gut, and like I hit him like 3 times, and his hand came down. It looked like it was like trying to bat my
Like
my
a
fist
cat?
away, and then he started scratching right where I hit him. It was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Call back to American History X.
Which was foreshadowing of the Incredible Hulk.
That's right.
Oh, nice transition there. I like it. Green bathtub.
That's right. Foreshadowing. Fuck you. I'm going to spray you with water.
Naked Banner. That's foreshadowing.
Yeah. I think this is when
Foreshadowing to
I think this is when
Sam's
she comes
boner.
back with the purple pants, the purple stretchy pants.
Purple pants.
There you
Second time we
go.
see purple pants in the film.
Yeah, like the comic pants, but he doesn't put them on. Bummer.
Louis Leterrier apparently was even though he was a huge fan of the Incredible Hulk TV show, he wanted
Which shows?
yeah, him and Edward Norton, but he wanted to direct Iron Man, but Jon
Oh.
Favreau had already gotten the role. Here's your Tampax. Oh, awesome. Thank you. I need
Oddly enough, that was the first thing that I
Yeah.
thought when she threw that down.
It's about that size.
It's funny because like most of the time with any kind of the classic comic book outfit, it usually turns into a punchline in the comic book movies nowadays. X-Men did it famously in the first one.
With the yellow and blue spandex.
Captain America had like the felt when he was doing the tour.
USO stuff, yeah.
I thought that was really clever. I like. We'll get there, but I really like that movie.
I like speaking of Captain America. I actually like there was a lot of like talk when when Avengers came out, like about like switching up his helmet or whatever. I think I prefer helmetless Cap,
like
at
no
least in
mask?
the movies. Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
the super soldier outfit that he
Yeah.
wears for most of Winter Soldier.
yeah, I like that.
I love the World War II look. Like it's especially in Ultimate Alliance, one of the outfits you can
Oh
get.
yeah, yeah.
It's
with
such a
the
cool look.
triangle shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which they reference.
I like the super soldier look
Yeah.
from the Amalgam universe.
I like the.
I like U.S. Agent.
U.S. Agent's cool.
His look is
The
cool.
The black outfit, the captain.
Mm.
That's a good one. And of course, Nomad. If you're feeling 70s and weird.
You know, I often do find myself feeling 70s and weird. Yeah.
Oh, Green Lamp.
Oh.
We're going to fuck. I feel like there was a scene missing. Like they went from her from behind and all of a sudden he's standing up and it's like I feel like there was a transition scene.
Like him standing.
Yeah, basically. Like her being like, let's bump uglies. And he's like, you haven't said that to me in years.
Let us fuck.
I do think this kind of sucks for him. He's just like, oh, I can't.
I mean, would that not be the worst thing ever? Like they're
Yeah, I
mid-coitus
would,
and then
yeah.
he transforms.
Got to practice that tantric sex, Edward Norton.
Yeah. Get Sting on the phone. What the fuck are you doing?
I hope you're not naked under that blanket, soldier.
I hope he is.
I see your muscles have yet to grow.
He's got some digitally added abs.
Oh yeah. Let me touch
The only
you.
abs I ever like.
Like, it's pretty clear what's digitally added and what isn't.
Pretty much everything from the neck down right
Yeah,
now.
you can see
is
the
like-
coloration
yeah.
difference.
Like in Iron Man, we were watching it when
Oh,
he's
yeah.
working on the reactor.
When
or
I was
not
like,
the-
oh my god, you could totally tell.
Yeah.
Like, I remember in theaters being blown away by that. But yeah, watching it on Blu-ray, I was
The
like...
pros and cons of Blu-ray.
Yeah. Also, the pros and cons of like a brand new effect versus one that you've seen a couple times.
Mm-hmm. So much fucking green.
all the
They're
all the
lucky-
camouflage they're wearing.
Oh, I know. Well, they're lucky they did this back then when, like, I guess the Class A's, I guess what they're called, were green because now they're blue.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Mm.
That wouldn't make any sense with the Hulk.
Oh, green USB.
That's right. Start tab on Windows, green.
Oh, Windows NT.
Beep. Green. Green. Green?
Oh,
Oh,
Shield.
Shield. I mean, I guess they talk about it obviously in Iron Man, but
Yeah.
there you get the logo.
I wonder
I
how
don't
many.
think they later showed the logo in Iron Man, right? I'm trying to remember. I think they just say
no,
the.
I don't think they show the logo.
Yeah.
I wonder if you like went
There you go again.
like
Shield.
frame by frame during that.
Oh,
you
with
know,
the names?
See if you ran into anyone. Any references?
Oh, I'm sure.
Excuse me. Oh, hey, green sign back there.
That's right. Kind of green. The picture is like the Sarah Connor picture in the end of the first Terminator.
Sadakana.
Yeah, Sarah Connor. Yes. Punk rock Terminator in the first Terminator.
Love it.
Does anyone call it T1? They just call it
No.
the first Terminator.
The Terminator.
Yeah, they just call it the Terminator.
Yeah.
And they know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone said T1, I would know, but I don't think I've ever heard someone refer to it as T1.
No, but T2.
T2,
all
man.
the rage.
And then T3.
Nah, I only hear Terminator 3.
Yeah. T4. T4 Urbana. If we ever get Tea Time with Eric Bana, we gotta watch his Hulk movie.
Oh, yeah. And then, also Deliver Us from Evil.
Oh yeah, actually, I was thinking about that
The movie that
while,
started it all.
while we were talking about his Hulk. I was like, I wouldn't mind watching that on like a Redbox rental again.
Yeah.
I feel like at one point we should do all the non-Marvel Cinematic Universe Marvel films.
Oh, dude, Spidey, man.
Well, certainly like one for Spidey when the next Spidey film comes out. And
Yeah.
Which could be a
certainly-
while.
Certainly one for the X-Men when the next X-Men film comes out.
And Ghost Rider.
Well, if we had to pick one Spidey and one X-Men,
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2, probably still my favorite comic book movie. And then
Joel
what?
McHale's in it.
That's right.
He's the banker, yeah.
Yeah. Some kid.
He's a dick.
Yeah, tells him they don't get the free toaster.
He gets slapped by it, or
Yeah, he's
hand smacked by
ow,
him.
the
Yeah.
ultimate ow. Green. I didn't even mean to say that. It's just a
It's a
response
knee-jerk
now.
reaction, yeah. But we know
Um,
all about those, yeah. We're all about them.
That's right.
Here on the Geek Out.
What? So Days of Future Past? Would that be the X-Men?
That's probably my favorite X-Men
Have you watched
film.
it since you picked it up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, hey, that's a green Statue of Liberty there. I used to work in that building there.
I used to work across the street from that.
A
building.
whole bunch of green here.
Yeah.
By the way,
Great.
subway maps not like that at all. Not on the subway things.
Not even at Chambers Street?
No. Taxi drivers do drive like that, though.
I love taking New York taxis.
It's pretty fun.
I remember the last time I was in. It wasn't the last time I was in the city, but probably a year. It was the year after the Giants won the Super Bowl, the first time, and I could not find a Giants hat to buy in New York City. I was like, "What the?"
They were all
fuck?
sold out.
It was only New York Jets stuff, and that's because no one buys New York Jets stuff.
The Jets don't even buy New York Jets.
They don't. But no Giants stuff. I was like, "What? This is the one I get to buy a fucking authentic Giants hat in New York." Couldn't find one.
The idea of Bruce Banner keeping a correspondence with Samuel Stearns was actually something Norton added to his script.
Hello, Mr. Blue.
Like that entire scene where
Mr. Pink.
Yeah.
Mr. Blue Sky.
That entire idea of him using the flower to try to cure himself was something he added.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see who he becomes soon.
Apparently he also turned down the
For what?
Oh, you
Yeah,
got that.
yeah.
Yeah, you.
There it is. But yeah, he reduced
Sharpshooter.
he reduced the role of Shield, who actually played a bigger role in this film.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah, there's green in the background there.
And he's wearing blue.
Like the leader, who's green. But no, he's
Yes.
Mr. Blue, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do you think we'll ever
Mr. Blue
see...
Sky. Will we ever see him as the leader?
Probably not, but we got to see the leader eventually, right?
I would love
he's
to. He's one of the big Hulk villains.
one of the big times. That was like a head of broccoli.
Yeah.
My brother and I would always call him Mr. Broccoli Head because we were so original when we played toys. We knew his name was the leader, but we'd still
yeah,
refer
it
to
says
him
right there
as...
on the fucking box.
We'd still refer to him as Mr. Broccoli Head. I had some fucking awesome Hulk toys when I was a kid.
I used to have a really fucking awesome Swamp Thing toy until my
Oh.
sister sat on him and broke his arm off.
I think I remember
Fat ass.
scolding her at
The Bean.
the Bean about that.
Yeah. Is that a tattoo of two squares? Yeah, he's again, this is not this no more CGI at this point. Yeah.
No, that's all real.
Yeah. That's Tim Roth's spine.
Yes.
He's descended from Stegosaurus.
I don't know why, but that's my favorite dinosaur.
Also, yeah, he's a cool one. It's for me it was always a toss up between him and Triceratops.
Okay, Dr. Alan Grant.
Damn right.
So get off the fucking helicopter
Yeah.
now. I felt like this was the big show-off moment of the movie for really the transformation and...
Apparently there was over 700 visual effects in this movie, which makes sense. Though, if anything, you'd think there'd be more.
I remember just this being a heavy rotation in the trailer. You get to see it like in Hollow Man when you see him go all Hollow Man out.
Yeah, layer by layer, yeah.
When I was a kid, it would always freak me out when the Hulk turned into the Hulk, but I still loved it. But it always freaked me out.
For me, that's when I got excited, because I always thought the Bruce Banner parts were boring.
No, I love getting there, but just for some reason, the Hulk turning into the Hulk freaked me out.
At least as a little kid.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, Bruce Banner isn't too bad, unless it's there's too much of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the big issue with, when they were talking about maybe adapting Planet Hulk into a film. They're like, there's not a lot of Bruce Banner in it. It would just be nothing but mocap Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah. Now, you read more Hulk than any of us, I'm assuming. What are some of your favorite Hulk?
Planet Hulk's
stories?
Definitely kind of on the short list. I love World War Hulk. I love...
Have you seen the animated film?
No, not yet.
I heard it's really good. I haven't seen it myself.
The stuff that Peter David did with the Hulk, especially with the Maestro, in Future Imperfect. That's probably Future Imperfect is probably his best.
Was it Greg Rucka? No, who was it? Oh, Jason Aaron, who did the Banner and Hulk split.
Yeah.
And you find out that.
And he also did the story arc that I referenced earlier, Stay Angry, which I mistakenly called a film, but no, it's actually it was a Hulk arc that he did where the Hulk tries to stay angry so he doesn't become Banner again. This is like Edward Norton every fucking Friday night.
Yeah.
I like the idea that they show, like I think more so in this transformation than any of the other ones, but like how like physically painful it is too. Kind of like what
American Werewolf in London.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you want to take my thunder.
Was that what the film you were going to reference?
Yeah. Although I could go with The Howling because that transformation is even more
painful.
Intense.
Yeah.
That movie's fucking weird.
It was an American Werewolf that they specifically created the Best Makeup Award.
No, that was
no,
Elephant
it should
Man.
have.
Yeah.
Elephant Man.
Yeah. No,
It'd be funny if they made it for that and it lost.
the guy that did the makeup, I forget who it is.
Stan Winston?
No, I don't
Rick
think
Baker?
Yeah, I think that's who it was. He didn't win an award for makeup until years later on a movie that wasn't nearly as cool as American Werewolf. I can't remember what it is.
Was it Bottin who did it for The Thing? Because I know that there was. I think Baker and Bottin were like doing different werewolf movies at one point. I think.
No, I think for the Thing.
Yeah.
No, that was Stan Winston.
Was it?
I'm almost positive it was Stan Winston for The Thing.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. I am dumb.
This is Edward Norton on a typical Saturday morning.
Yeah. What day is it?
Oh, never mind. You were right. It was Bottin.
Huh. Sweet.
My apologies.
Fucking dare you question me? Watching you rage out and be in extreme pain was so fucking sweet.
And never mind. I just looked it up. I was wrong about Rick Baker not winning the award for American Werewolf. He did.
The first.
Yeah, they.
Because that was.
And he's also the guy that they got for the music video Thriller.
When he turns into the
werewolf.
Yeah.
That video freaked me out when I was a kid. I remember I didn't realize what was all going on. So I was like, oh cool, Michael Jackson. And then the werewolf shit happened and I was like, nope.
And then the zombie shit happens. I was like, okay, that's cool.
That music video is actually one of the two things that I credit for making me want to become a filmmaker.
You know who storyboarded that? Was Dave Stevens.
Oh, the Rocketeer.
He also storyboarded some of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders certainly makes sense. You've been reproducing my blood samples? More than
green.
It's like straight out of Batman Begins.
Yeah.
And then he calls in miniature Hulks and they fly
Oh,
through
that'd
the
be
windows.
hilarious. Just like a nuisance. Yeah.
It's
Mini
like
Hulks.
It's like the little dinosaurs that attack the little girl at the beginning of Lost
Oh,
World.
the
Yeah,
compies,
yeah.
yeah.
That would be fucking hilarious.
What's that? Like Liv Tyler's like, what's that? And he's like, back up.
Yeah.
And like all the miniature Hulks come.
And just busting in everywhere. Fuck stairs. Wasted my life going up too many stairs. Are there any references to General Ross and the Red Hulk in this?
No, they were still. That stuff is still being written at this time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Thinking about it, this is...
I'm sorry. He saw a man turn into the Hulk, but he sees a fucking needle in his back. He's like, oh, Jesus.
Thinking about it, the campus they're on probably isn't Columbia. because they have this whole sequence where they're running up Boardwalk. No, fuck. Broadway. So this might be like NYU campus.
Right.
Which is like in like downtown?
It's even farther south than Columbia.
Well, yeah, because Columbia is still in, above Central Park.
Whereas NYU's like around Greenwich Village.
Yeah. Yeah, it's around Washington Square.
Oh, I'm so aware. I will never forgive you for being in the village.
Go hang out with Kevin Costner and Mr. Brooks as his weird alter ego mind psycho trip be fuck thing. I'm sticking with that.
I mean, that's a fair question.
Yeah.
I want what you got in that case, or I'm gonna unload this gun in your fucking face.
On BBC America.
Well, I always
Followed by Totally Doctor Who.
I always like that though, in what was it, Pulp Fiction, where he says that, and it always kind of tickled me because it rhymed. Like, I want what you got in that case, or I'm gonna unload this gun in your fucking face. And it's like, what the fuck, Quentin?
Whereas Quentin Tarantino was writing that and being like, I'm a fucking genius. Jerking off.
That is one of the coolest movies in the 90s, to his credit.
I'm just saying.
Though you're a bigger Reservoir Dogs guy, if I remember correctly.
I am. But I wouldn't put it past him to be writing like that.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I write, too.
Yeah.
To be fair.
My writing style is a lot more relaxed, actually. It's almost...
Not nearly as much jerking off to yourself.
Yeah, you're surprised. To be honest, so am I. You would think there would be more jerking off involved. Some, sure, but not a lot. Only like 5 times.
Per page, or?
It's between every page. Oh, cool! I finished a page. Time to rub one out.
What? What was that?
Oh, I don't know. Also, how did he get his hands on the gamma radiation? Oh, fuck it. I also like how we don't see the abomination until later. Like, we don't... Like, he's clearly reacting to the abomination, but we don't see it. The original design for the abomination, he had the big pointy ears like he does in the comics, but Louis Leterrier's like, if he has that, the Hulk would just like rip them off or bite them like Evander Holyfield, and they just kind of look ridiculous. But original concept already had it.
Mr. Broccoli Head.
He's turning into Mr. Broccoli and loving it.
Yeah.
And we'll never see him again.
I didn't eat broccoli until now.
There's this weird, like, man on the
moon.
Well, like, kind of like almost like Cloverfieldian, right? Where you're following these guys, like, and barely seeing the monster until it's too late.
I do like there's a moment when the Hulk rips out one of the bones and sticks him in the chest with it. Like the ultimate fuck you.
I'm going to stab you with your own elbow.
The fighting coming up is awesome. This is my favorite Hulk, like live action screen Hulk stuff ever. Pretty much from here to the end of the movie.
More so than the Avengers stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I love he's my favorite part of the Avengers too. But I love the fight scene. It's so ferocious. Like they're clawing at each other's faces.
Yeah,
like it's really like
just a knockdown, drag.
Yeah, it's not this like obviously you're not expecting to see the Hulk in like a martial arts like Jason Bourne type fight scene, but it's like it's so just primal,
visceral.
And, yeah, just like especially there's that scene where he's choking him out, and they're just clawing at the Hulk's eyes.
So at this point, they're driving up Broadway,
Right.
uptown. And that's Times
Girl.
Square, looks like it. Which means they need to go around. Oh, no, that's the Apollo Theater already. Okay, never mind. They're already on 125th Street. Which, by the way, if they were driving up Broadway, like they said, Apollo Theater would be on the left side of the road.
Was that Michael K. Williams from The Wire that ran out of that theater?
I wouldn't know.
Omar, for any of you Wire fans out there. So yeah, in the Avengers film, when Mark Ruffalo says the last time he was in New York he broke Harlem, this is what he's referencing. For anyone who didn't watch The Incredible Hulk before watching the Avengers.
Oh my god, it's like the Incredible Hulk was part of the Avengers, like,
canon.
Phase 1.
Just this
Those
random
people are all dead.
Yeah. It's like when Sauron fucks up the random people in the beginning of Lord of the Rings.
Nerd.
I mean, we are Geek Out. I don't know if you looked at the branding.
I don't know if you were part of the creators of...
Yeah. What were you doing during the development meetings?
What were you doing during the last 2.5 months?
Yeah.
3 months, 4 months, how... Don't lift the veil.
It's all you, buddy. It's almost like a Godzilla film in some respects. People running in a panic in a crowded city street.
Kaijus.
Yeah. These are like bite-sized kaijus.
Baby kaiju. Chibi kaiju.
Yeah, chibi kaiju.
I'd love to see the Hulk punch Godzilla in the face, though. That'd be cool.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
commission for you.
Yeah. He really wants that Hummer.
Should we get out of the car? Nah, just stay in. He's clearly not gonna. Okay. Serious Edward Norton face.
Thinking.
Which is to say, Edward Norton face.
Yeah.
My favorite Ed Norton acting moment of all time is coming up. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Much like he aims it in the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to kick ass right now.
That's what Sam says every night.
This is a nice kind of visual cue for the Mark Miller's Ultimates, where once he triggers the transformation by some soldiers kick him out of a fucking helicopter, and they're just basically like, "Hope you Hulk out." It's the most awkward kiss ever.
Yeah. Is he wearing
What
a
if Liv
parachute?
Tyler like really grabbed onto him really hard and fell down with him?
This is the moment. I love his reaction on this.
Hell of a thud for a 98-pound physician.
Well, he's dead.
Yep. Go back to Ty Burrell.
Credits.
Yeah.
Well.
Finn.
Shredder?
If you ever saw the movie, I don't know if you ever saw the TV movie, The Death of the Incredible Hulk, which was the last time Bill Bixby was the Incredible Hulk. He also falls out, but the fall kills him. And it's like, what? The fall? Hulk can't die, much less be killed by a fucking fall.
It's go time. Well, that person is gone.
Super dead.
Yeah.
You just had to get your shirt off, didn't you?
That's why he got. Now I'm excited.
Yeah. This fight is so cute. Zanzibar.
That's
Referencing the Billy Joel song that has nothing to do with Incredible Hulk. On 52nd Street.
No, 125th.
I'm referencing the album.
The 7-Eleven that they showed next to the Apollo Theater is not there. Although that is near the Magic Johnson movie theater, which was my favorite theater when I was living in Harlem.
Like this is the first time we see the Hulk dazed.
And confused.
I mean, in the comics, the Abomination is usually depicted as being stronger than the Hulk. He usually has to outthink him or get really angry. The idea of TV, what the fuck am I smoking? The idea of car boxing gloves comes from the Xbox game, Hulk Ultimate Destruction, where you can actually
cool.
do that.
Like, if you're going to go big with the Hulk, go big with the Hulk, man.
Have all those fan service moments.
And this movie, like, yeah, we'll get there, but...
I love the horn.
Yeah. Fuck yes. This movie, I love the end of this movie.
Is that all you got? Give me your best shot or something like that?
Hit me with your best shot.
I'm still going to have to bust out the Xbox game later.
No, it's so good.
No, it's... Is
I
that
have it
all
on
you got?
GameCube,
I'll
actually.
take your best shot. It's like a POD lyric or something like that.
I saw POD live, but yeah, it was available on GameCube and PS2.
Yeah.
I just had it for Xbox.
I have it on GameCube.
It's a whole lot of civilians you're about to hit there.
Yeah, but to be fair, he also almost shot his own daughter back in Virginia.
Yeah.
Touche.
William Hurt doesn't care. That's why his last name's Hurt.
He brings the hurt.
He brings the hurt, the pain.
Much like how Tay Diggs in Transformers.
Diggs.
Is it Tay Diggs? No,
Tyrese.
Tyrese brings the thunder. Is that what he brings?
He brings something.
They say it like 5 times in the movie, and it always annoyed me.
Is it just the first one?
Yeah. I want to say he's like, bring the thunder every time he's like, call in an airstrike.
Yeah.
Yowzers. That's what was going through his brain when he got hit. Yeah, the Hulk just having an absolutely terrible time.
I like the Greco kind of Roman neoclassical like columns they have, because the next movie, and I don't think this was planned at all, but the next movie that Louis Leterrier directed was the Wrath of the Titans remake.
They saw that and they were like, you know what? He can do Wrath of the Titans.
Yeah.
He knows Greco-Roman architecture.
Well, he said the reason that he kept it in here is because he saw superheroes as like the modern gods. Mm-hmm. That was his rationale for that.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah. A lot of Liv Tyler can survive anything.
That's right.
Yeah, she survived Armageddon. The movie, not the event.
Yeah, all those awkward scenes where Ben Affleck's putting animal crackers in her panties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're part of this.
Mm.
I wish he had the ears. Because, I mean, like I said, he rips out some of his bones, so why wouldn't it be a cool shot for him to, like, bite one of his ears off?
Yeah. Just kind of underscore the savagery of the fight.
I mean, if he ripped one of his ears out, that would have been, like, the craziest thing.
So, I don't know. Ripping out an elbow and stabbing you with it.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Doomsday style.
But seeing just an ear get ripped off. You don't deserve this bone. This is one of my favorite Hulk things.
Oh,
The Sonic clap.
Yep.
So fucking sweet.
Which you can also... Oh, God, that game is so fucking good. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can do that.
This is basically just
A
the
plug.
movie version of that game.
A
Yeah.
giant
But
plug.
like, how cool is that? Like stopping like he's so powerful that he stops an explosion from happening by clapping his hands together.
Puts out
Yeah.
fire.
That's so fucking sweet. Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm in the middle of a fight.
He was like, dude, that was so sweet what I just did.
Yeah.
Fatty, did you see what I just did?
So glad it worked.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually clapping that they're about to be dead. Hulk doesn't care.
Hulk don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Oh. It's just so lame, but the first time I saw this movie, I got like oddly emotional when he said that line.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind of like in Tron. Like
Yeah. But like I don't know, because it's just like it's like his thing,
Yeah.
and then he just fucking owns.
The line wasn't originally in the movie either.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a Leterrier or a Norton edition, but
This is that scene I was talking about. He's just like clawing at his face.
yeah.
Ugh.
Doing anything.
Here we go.
Oh, my own elbow. Oh. Better get like the Hulk orgasm face.
Yeah.
Everything's orgasms with me, guys. Kind of a Tim Roth orgasm face too, but there it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck.
I'm done. I'm spent. There's also it was scripted and it's in the novelization, but it's not in the. I don't know if it was ever filmed, where Tim Roth returns to like normal Tim Roth state
Mm-hmm.
and is kept in like a maximum security facility under constant sedation.
This is cool. Conquered his ass. Fuck you.
Because honestly, the Abomination's one of the big. You can get away with killing Obadiah Stane
Yeah.
and Whiplash, but killing off the Abomination.
Oh no, he's like what?
Premier
Big
like,
time, big time Hulk villain.
It's between him and Leader really is like the biggest Hulk villains.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly punch for punch, he's the big Hulk villain.
Well, yeah, I mean, with the Leader, you get more of obviously the thinking
Yeah.
man's thing, where this is the brute force of the Abomination. Such a just simple name, but
Like
works.
Hulk.
Yeah,
Satisfied William Hurt face.
yeah.
At least someone got hurt in this movie.
I wonder if he says that every time he like joins a movie. Somebody in this movie is about to get hurt.
You're like, oh, he's got to say it in every one, guys. Just let him have it.
It's in his contract.
Yeah. So he psychs himself up in the mirror before he does a take. You were in altered states. Remember that weird fucking movie that South Park brilliantly parodied.
A single helicopter. I got to get the fuck out of here, despite the military looking at me right now.
Hey, look, he's gray, guys.
Foreshadowing Grey Hulk.
You can't see me. He does the John Cena and runs away.
Man, I hope that spotlight doesn't. Okay, there it is. God damn. All right.
And
Originally,
then he just wrecks these people's buildings.
yeah,
I mean, he doesn't it could have been worse, but
yeah.
he definitely,
But yeah, the originally his only line was supposed to say having him say Betty back there, which
Oh, Batman Returns. Or Dark Knight Returns.
yeah. He can take it. He's the Incredible Hulk. Dun, 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 dun.
Incredible how he can.
Bust right through you.
Oh no, how will I ever save this picture? The battery died. Maybe I should have charged it because it's powered by a lithium-ion battery.
Those aren't real. And this kind of actually perfectly rolls into how he in Avengers, like The Secret.
oh
where he's
yeah, the
just
idea
like,
where he's always
I'm
angry.
always angry.
according to Zach Penn, who wrote the first draft for this film, he was like, I left it intentionally ambiguous, where the idea is either he can A, control his Hulk outs and, be a team player, or is the route that Joss Whedon ended up taking, or he becomes out of control, like in trying to induce his Hulk outs, and then everybody has to team up to stop him. Because according to Zach Penn, he took a lot of inspiration from Mark Millar's Ultimates, and the first antagonist in that story arc or in that title was the Hulk. That's the entire reason the team forms. That being said, I don't know if you would induce a Hulk out in the place that you live. And that was how the movie was originally supposed to end, but
green.
Yeah.
Reload.
This was originally supposed to be the post-credit scene. But in hyping the movie, Louis Leterrier was like, hey, look, I filmed the scene that proves that it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's like,
Tony Stark's going to be in it.
To his credit, it probably did put more buns in the seats.
Well, it's funny, the last time I was watching this, and like I said, it was just catching the end of it on TV. My dad had probably the only person in the world who didn't know the scene existed. And I was like, oh, yeah, there's a not really post-credit scene. And, like, they reveal Tony Stark, and he looks at me and he goes, oh. Nice.
And then he fist bumped you.
Yeah.
If I ever got the chance, like Topher Grace. Look at that face. But if I ever got the chance, like Topher Grace kind of re-edited all of Star Wars, or at least the prequels, I would re-edit this and pop it on the end of the credits.
Just for the sake of doing
Just
that.
to keep it, keep it
Everything
consistent.
else would stay the exact same.
Yeah. There's no deleted scenes I'd reincorporate in. I wouldn't do the...
Not even the Ty Burrell scene?
Not even the Ty Burrell scene. Because I like the idea of him the viewer realizing the same time as Bruce that the military's onto him. It kind of leaves that, it's like, oh shit, because it takes out all the suspense if Ty Burrell tells.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that they're coming. Or fairly soon, anyway.
Much like Sam.
I'm coming on stage.
Coming with the women.
Coming every night. All right, so yeah.
It's a bummer that that's the only time we'll see Ed Norton as the Hulk.
Yeah, I'm sorry it didn't work out.
Thunderbolt.
Voice of the Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah. But that was the Incredible Hulk. The
tough guys.
Yeah.
Security guard, Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, Tig Fong is one of the cops. But the yeah, I mean, I think it's a great film.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the most underrated Marvel Cinematic Universe film. There's certainly worse. Yeah, it's just a good time.
Yeah.
I enjoy it quite a lot. And like I said, my favorite live-action Hulk moments to date are in this one. Of course, there's some great ones in Avengers, and he's my favorite part of that movie as well. But especially, I just really love, you couldn't tell, the final fight between him and Abomination.
Did you like it?
No, actually,
I couldn't really tell.
I was lying. But, yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean,
enjoy the film.
Any thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, it's good.
Just
Apollo Theater's on the wrong side of the street. But
other than
good.
that,
It's
pitch
good.
perfect.
It's pitch perfect
Yeah,
with Anna Kendrick.
if only. When I'm gone, the
What?
cups. The
Yeah.
yeah. So that was the Incredible Hulk. As we're continuing our build up to the Avengers, Age of Ultron next week. Going in production or release order. We've got a return to Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Tony Stark inadvertently kind of queued that up because, fuck it. I don't think they expected Iron Man to be the runaway success that it was. I think they almost anticipated putting out another Captain America film or Captain America or Thor before Iron Man 2, and they're like, oh shit, this is actually
People like this stuff.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
like second only to The Dark Knight is like the biggest movie of 2008. Fuck, let's make another Iron Man movie. And so they did. But yeah. So we'll catch you guys on the flip side with another Marvel movie next week. Thank you for tuning in, and stay frosty.
See you.
Good night.